Oh, hello world. What's up guys? Welcome back to today's video. Okay, so imagine I just called you on FaceTime, you just answered the phone, and you're like, Trevor, what's up? And I'm like, okay, listen, as one of my best friends, I need your help. Today guys, we are talking all about fragrance, and I need you to help me pick my next fragrance. I bought this fragrance sample pack. You guys know, fragrance next to skincare is like so near and dear to my heart, and I need your help, I need your advice. I got this fragrance sample pack full of 10 samples. I bought this for 90 bucks at Shoppers. It's kind of like CVS if you live in America. So for 90 bucks, you get 10 different samples and you get a certificate inside. This is not an ad, this is not a promotion. I literally just need your help because I can't decide. So I bought this fragrance pack, 90 bucks, 10 samples, and you get a certificate to buy one of the actual fragrances. Now, literally, you guys know fragrance is really my first true love. I actually fell in love with fragrance before I fell in love with skincare. I could talk about fragrance all day long. Honestly, I feel like in another life, some people feel like they were like pharaohs, queens, kings. I feel like I was a fragrance sales representative. Does anyone else feel that way? So today, you guys, I'm going to take you on like the scent venture of a lifetime. I'm going to sensually describe all 10 fragrances. I'm going to tell you exactly the man or woman who would wear these fragrances. Listen, fragrances are totally interchangeable. Just because these are for men doesn't mean that A, you can't buy one for a man in your life, or B, wear one yourself if you're a girl out there. Honestly, I've got 4 different female colognes, female perfumes, I guess you would say. I have Chloe's Nomad, I have one by Tory Burch, I have Marc Jacobs Decadence, and I have 2 Britney Spears perfumes. Honestly, when the mood strikes, it doesn't matter what kind of fragrance you like to wear. You just want to be like engulfed in a cloud of beautifulness. So grab a coffee, grab a snack, because today we are going to be talking all about these delicious fragrances. If you love fragrances and perfumes, this is totally going to be a video for you. If you don't, just sit back, relax. We're just going to hang out today. We're going to chit chat. I'm going to need your guys' help though. I'm going to put a poll in this video, or you can let me know in the comments down below. As we go through all of these colognes, let me know which one, if you've tried before and you absolutely love, or which one I need to try. Literally, I put on a dress shirt for today's video because we are feeling the fragrance fantasy. I'm in a new location. I've got new hair. I am feeling today's video, you guys. Okay, so fragrances totally hold a special place in my heart. I actually used to date someone in high school whose mom worked in the fragrance department of one of those major department stores. So all through high school, she had like a full cabinet full of fragrances. You would open it up. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video where I talked about fragrance, but the mom had an entire cabinet full of fragrances. You would open it up and you would literally hear heaven be like, ah. You'd open the cabinet and there would literally be so many fragrances in there, but she wouldn't just give them to you. She would only give them to you for like special occasions or like, a birthday or Christmas. So it wasn't a free for all. So there was still kind of like that little bit of allure, that little bit of, if you get something too easily, like you kind of get sick of it. But ever since then, I have been hooked on designer, on luxury fragrances. Pretty much at all times, I have over 10 perfumes or colognes because I love scents. I'm literally an asthmatic attack's worst nightmare. I'm that person on the street who maybe borderline smells a little bit too strong, maybe borderline a little bit too offensive, but I don't know, I don't really have any defense for myself other than the fact that I love fragrance. So let's dive right into this scent sampler pack because I am ready to sell you guys the full fragrance fantasy. Look, I love everything about fragrance, down from the bottle to the scent, of course, to the color, to the campaign. I am totally a fragrance addict. So when you open this up here, you do get a little card inside. You get to redeem this for a full bottle of fragrance. Now this does retail for 90 bucks. And honestly, the fragrance that you're going to get is around 80 bucks or 90 bucks. So you only end up paying about $10, kind of for, I guess you'd say, the privilege of testing and trying all these fragrances. You also get this little booklet in here that literally, wait until you guys see this. This is honestly just as exciting as the fragrances. It gives you all of the campaign, the notes, and like the person or the man that would wear these fragrances. So you really get to be taken on the entire journey. And then, which I think adds a little bit of luxurious detail, is this little bit of gift paper. It almost makes this feel like more luxurious, more exclusive. And when you lift it off, dun 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 dun. Now I will say at first I was a little bit bummed that they're basically just the free samples that you get on the floor. I honestly thought that they were going to be kind of more of a deluxe sample. Literally, they're just those little free samples that you get if you go in, you could probably go in and ask for samples of these anyway. Curate your own collection. Oh my god, is that what I should have done? Anyway, it's too late. I already bought this thing. So you do get all of these little samples, and let's just dive right into it. So the first fragrance we're going to talk about is Invictus by Paco Rabanne. Now here is the ad. Right off the bat, you get that this is definitely for a champion, for the sports guy, and I assume that it's going to smell very fresh. It looks very clean, very kind of like typical athlete scent. Let's take my Apple Watch off here because this is a real investigation. So one spritz there. Right off the bat, I'm definitely getting like very fresh scent, a very fresh shower scent, but then it's going a little bit deeper, kind of like into a musk, like a deeper musk. I'm getting maybe like citrus on the top and then a deeper wood afterwards. This is the essence of a champion with top fresh notes of grapefruit peel. Nailed that. I definitely smelled some type of like citrus scent, marine accord and bay leaves, and then notes of wood and patchouli and amber. I definitely can smell that. I definitely get the deepness. This is a really unique scent. It definitely smells sporty, but then it gets a lot deeper, definitely more like a luxury fragrance. It starts off kind of smelling almost like, kind of like a drugstore fragrance. Oh my gosh, if you love Paco Rabanne, don't hate me if you love this fragrance. But it starts off kind of like a drugstore scent, you know, like really in your face, really sharp, but then gets really deep and dark and turns a lot more luxurious. All right, so next up is Givenchy L'Homme. Now, right off the bat, the campaign, you can see, I feel like this is going to smell kind of warm. You get the sunset, you get the orange vibes, you get the orange bottle. So I'm definitely feeling from the campaign it is going to smell on the warm side. A magnificent fragrance that embodies the exploration and discovery. A woody oriental fragrance. So let's spritz this right. Ooh, that was quite a bit. That is very interesting. Right off the top, I'm definitely getting hints of vanilla. It does smell warm. I definitely was right about that. It smells really similar to like cooking vanilla though, not like a sharp young woman's vanilla. Definitely more of like a musky vanilla, a deeper vanilla. So the Givenchy man seduces with his intelligence, courage, and achievements. A fragrance dedicated to the adventurers in search of new territories, explores the infinite sensual experiences. Okay, so where would I be wearing this fragrance? I would be sitting at a bar in New York, and you're sitting in a back corner leather booth. It's getting dark out. Maybe it's sunset. Maybe it's cocktail hour, happy hour. You just got off work. You might be wearing a blazer. You're not wearing a suit. You're definitely wearing a blazer, and you're just relaxing after a long work week, definitely on a Friday, and I could smell this fragrance, like maybe you put it on in the morning, but it's kind of just lingering into the evening, and I feel like by then, you definitely would just get those hints of wood, like those deep vanilla wood. This one's pretty interesting. I feel like I can get behind this one. Now, up next, we're talking about YSL Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultimate by Yves Saint Laurent. All right, I'm getting definitely like old Hollywood vibes here from the campaign. We're black and white. Again, I'm picturing very fresh. This is an audacious blend of a delicate rose and masculine woody notes. I normally like rose and I love woody scents. Actually, the Marc Jacobs Decadence, that's exactly how I would peg this description, is rose top notes and then a woody underscent. So I wonder how this compares to the Marc Jacobs Decadence. Let's go ahead and put a spritz right on. Now things are going to start to smell really crazy at one point, but let's do it a little bit lower on the arm here. It definitely doesn't smell very strong. Certainly compared to the last two out of the first three, this one feels the lightest, and I don't get any of those masculine notes. I am getting rose right off the top, but I'm almost getting like a watery rose or a watered down rose version, kind of like a rose water spray. So the first place that this takes me, honestly, is like straight back to junior high. I feel like you're playing outside, like you're on lunch break. You might keep this fragrance in your book bag. It definitely smells like an outdoorsy scent, like definitely a carefree scent, but for a luxury fragrance, definitely smells a little bit more drugstore. All right, now up next, we're talking about Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, this definitely reminds me of a fragrance that I would wear when I was a little bit younger, kind of like in my late teens, early 20s, when all you want is that kind of fresh aqua scent. Alrighty, before I put this on, I know that the marketing, and that is where it's taking me. You guys can see on here, there's a beach. It's a light blue color. Dolce & Gabbana, I love the one. That makes me feel literally like a gold bar. It's one of my tried and true, my oldest tested. So Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Pour Homme is a tribute to the scorching sun, sea, and sensuality of the Mediterranean. Freshly seductive with a heady holiday exhilaration. So this definitely, they're setting you up to go on a vacation. When you smell this, I feel like when I close my eyes, I'm better be taken straight to the beach. Now I will say, what is this? What is this, Dolce & Gabbana? This is not 1995. You can't even put a spritzer on the end of your sampler. All right, I'm gonna go and put this one on the back of my hand. And let's see where we are taken by Dolce & Gabbana. Right now I'm on a blue beach. It smells very light. This has energizing notes of bergamot, juniper, grapefruit. You can definitely smell the grapefruit and the mandarin. That's definitely first on the nose is like that fresh fruity scent. Kind of smells like if you've ever seen a fragrance bottle that's like blue, red, purple. That's kind of what this one smells like. It does smell a lot more complex than just the picture here. I honestly wish they would have done kind of more of a color burst. That's more of like the palette that I get on here. I get a lot of different fresh scents. It's one of those fragrances that you buy in the airport on the way to your beach vacation. So you have like a fresh new scent. Every time you put it on, you're brought back to that vacation. And honestly, this is giving me such beach vibes. If you take this on a beach vacation, when you come home and you use it in the middle of the winter, you are going to be transported right back to that beach vacation. The best. Okay, so next up, we're talking about the suit maker extraordinaire, Hugo Boss, the scent for him. Now, honestly, as soon as you see this ad, I am transported straight to like the working office man. This woman she just like is longing for him, and he like, honey, I've got emails to check. I've got no time for you. Fun fact, did you guys know that Hugo Boss actually designed the uniforms for the Germans in World War II? There's really no easy way to say that. Anyway, let's just try the fragrance and move along with this story. From their ads, you can tell that they're selling sensuality to the max. Hugo Boss is really taking me on an adventure here. Evocative passion fruit and rum. Notes of lavender, swathe the skin in sensuality, spicy ginger. Now, the boss man pays tribute to his personal rather than professional achievements. Let's see. Again, what's the deal? They can't even give me a spritzer? All right. It definitely smells masculine. We're just going to keep going down the official testing arm here. Obviously, this is a very masculine scent. I do get ginger, like kind of that spice right off the top. It certainly smells like the color. It smells brown. It smells golden. It almost smells like the one by Dolce & Gabbana. A little bit more intense, a little bit more powerful than that. How do I describe this? Like, imagine you're wearing like a leather outfit, but you're taking a vacation in the desert. So you're wearing leather. It's not too hot. You're not like dying of heat in the desert. It smells very dry, but very much like leather. It definitely smells like a very seductive scent. It does have that underlying scent of sensuality, and I feel like that comes through with the deepness, like those undertones. The spice kind of like hits you right in the nose, but then it takes you on a long ride. All right, now next up in this scent adventure, Azzaro Wanted. You guys can see from the ad here, this guy has like a band-aid on his eyebrow. This is shaped like a bullet, I want to say, or like a revolver. I don't even know. I'm from Canada. We have like really good gun control. This ad is making me feel dangerous right off the bat. I feel like they're marketing to a very specific person with this ad. This guy definitely is dangerous. He's giving me James Bond vibes. Honestly, I'm expecting it to be very powerful, very loud. With a bottle like that, like you are trying to say something. Oh, this is a flamboyant Epicurean man? I have never heard that word before. Who knows how to seize his chances and defy destiny. Literal bad boy. All right, I'm almost running out of room on this testing arm, and then we'll move over to the next one. Interesting. You know, I'm definitely getting where they say like a more flamboyant man. It doesn't smell like traditionally masculine in that depth sense. Like it's not really deep. It smells more like a medium fragrance. It's kind of like your nose kind of goes on this adventure. It jumps off on a high note, but then as you dive off that cliff, it's kind of like you just stop. You know what this smells like? This smells like a Bath and Body Works Wallflower. Oh my god, that is exactly what it smells like. I used to use those wallflowers back in the day, and I always used to get the lemon fresh one because I loved that lemony fresh scent. This smells like a really, kind of like a faint version of a lemon wallflower. All right, this one is not for me, but I do see why they colored the product yellow. It doesn't quite smell as dangerous as the ad led me to believe. It doesn't smell that powerful, like it's not a grabbing fragrance. This one I think I'm gonna skip over. It's not one of my favorites. All right, now up next we have a classic, and I feel like they gave me either the wrong ad or maybe they don't have an ad for the men's fragrance. This is Calvin Klein Euphoria, or is this the same fragrance, the men's version and the women's version? Is this the unisex fragrance? Has this gone unisex since I last tried it? No, this says Euphoria for men. I remember the original. I've actually had bottles and bottles of this fragrance. And the outside has like little metal tabs on it. And you can kind of click them together. Just something weird that I remember about this fragrance. Let's switch over to a fresh arm because Euphoria deserves the best experience. Now, this is about sexiness, fantasy, and sensuality. This was actually one of the fragrances. This was actually... I'm having a flashback right now. Oh my gosh. I just had a That's So Raven flashback. When I turned 19, you can actually drink when you turn 19 in Canada. And the first time that I went downtown, I will never forget, I got this fragrance on my 19th birthday. I am transported back there right now. Whoa. It definitely smells crisp, modern, young. It is definitely sophisticated enough to wear at work, but also transition into the nighttime. It does have those spicy notes. That's kind of where you get that sensuality, sexy, mysterious. And as you can see, this campaign is fulfilling every fantasy. The fragrance does feel warm, kind of like the ad insinuates. It smells like suede, wood. I feel like you'd wear this kind of like, I remember when I was younger and I used to go late night swimming at the beach in, June or July. You're with your friends, everyone goes swimming, it's fun. Oh, that was like a great adventure. All right, now moving right along. Next up, we're talking about Oxford Bleu by English Laundry. This ad is taking me straight to the beach house, like mom is downstairs, cutting the crust off of your sandwich, and dad is outside mowing the lawn, maybe ready to start the barbecue, and you just threw your laundry on the floor because you're so carefree, because you're so rich. These are the vibes that I'm getting. Now, this has top notes of mint, green apple, and lemon, and then go down to unfold into iris, tonka bean, and geranium. This is a fragrance that I literally have never tried before, have never even heard of before. Did you guys see this? Now, this is the level of sophistication that I expect in all of these fragrances. Hugo Boss, hello, get it together. Dolce & Gabbana, get it together. English Laundry even has a lid on here? Revolutionary. Now, let's see where we are going with this. I am wearing a dress shirt today, so this may be the fragrance of the day. That literally smells like hairspray. That 100% smells like alcohol hairspray. Ooh, but like dollar store hairspray. Literally, that smells flammable. I feel like my arm is gonna go up in flames. That is not for me. Let's keep going because we just have 2 left. Next up is the Lacoste polo shirt in a fragrance. First of all, I'm loving this campaign. It feels super young, super fresh. I love the bottle. It's decorated just like a polo shirt. This is the white version, and down here you can see it comes in different colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different colors, in fact. Now, Lacoste Blanc, or Lacoste White, opens up with fresh, woody, and herbal blend of grapefruit, rosemary, and cedar leaf. This sounds right up my alley. Oh no, we have another dud of a bottle. The old-fashioned plug. Let's go right down here. I don't remember where we were last. Let's see, Lacoste. I've used tons of different Lacoste fragrances over the years, and they do definitely remind me of a younger brand, especially when it comes to luxury fragrances. Lacoste kind of are at the lower end of the price as compared to something like a... It smells just like how I remember Lacoste smelling instantly. I'm a teenager. Now, Lacoste is able to do a younger smelling fragrance without smelling like a drugstore fragrance. There is that really fine line when it goes from smelling really citrusy and fresh into smelling more citrusy and fresh with a tinge of like tin. And that's the only way that I can describe kind of drugstore fragrances, is they do smell generally good, but there's like a little twinge of something that just shouldn't be there, like a really sharp underlying note. And Lacoste here is able to make this fragrance smell really young, definitely very sporty and fresh, without that underlying scent of like really sharp alcohol or really sharp tinny scent. Lacoste, you nailed this one. And it says that this is a timeless classic. I definitely can smell that. This would be nice to have just like in the back of your cupboard. It definitely smells like a summertime scent. Like you're going to the beach, you're going for afternoon cocktails, you just go to the shower, you're super fresh. It's definitely a morning scent. It's not very like sensual or deep, very fresh, very light. I love it. So we're on our last fragrance, and this is one that I've never seen before. I've definitely never smelled before. It does not look familiar in any way, shape, or form. Honestly, I don't even know how to say the name. This is Issey Miyake Pour Homme. Now, this gives me very much Dolce & Gabbana light blue vibes that we already talked about earlier. As you can see, they're on the beach. There is some stone here, so I am expecting kind of like a very fresh, almost like a mineral scent. Now, L'Eau d'Issey Pour Homme Eau de Toilette is a tribute to the freshness and strength of a mountain waterfall. So I am definitely expecting those earthy mineral tones. A sober masculine bottle. Masculine, I say like boring. This is literally just a rectangle. But masculine bottle. This is a spicy, woody citrus fragrance. I did expect fragrance. I did expect lemon fragrance, lemony citrus fragrance. Romeo. Oh, you guys are always asking to see Romeo, but he hates all of the bright lights. He just woke up. Look how tired he is. Romeo, say hello to everyone. Hi. Oh, yes. He's literally like, please let me go. All right, go over there. All right, I'm just going to do this last fragrance right here. Interesting. Very curious. This one does not smell like any of the other ones. It does smell very fresh, very light. I'm definitely getting super fresh vibes. Like you are fresh from the shower. You might have just played sports and then you're fresh from the shower. Kind of like ivory soap vibes, like super fresh. Almost like a squeaky clean. If I could describe this fragrance in any word, it would be squeaky clean. Okay, I feel like a carnival full of scents right now. I'm like totally sensory overload, but I'm not mad at it. You guys know I love fragrance. I feel like though I can't leave the house for the rest of the day because anyone who encounters me is going to be like, you need severe help. Now I'm going to put a poll right here, or let me know in the comments down below which fragrance you guys think I should pick. Now the ones that I loved right off the top, I did love the Paco Rabanne Invictus. I also loved the Givenchy. That one was really warm and vanilla. I also loved Hugo Boss, the one here on the end. I loved how warm it was as well. I feel like I'm naturally drawn to warmer scents. Make sure to let me know all of your fragrance favorites. I literally could talk about fragrance, like I said, all day long. Before you go, if you haven't already, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit subscribe right down below to join this ever-growing family. And of course, if you made it to the end of this very long video, I love and appreciate you so much. Thanks for sticking around until the very end. Like I always say, you're the reason why I get to live my YouTube dream. Alright guys, I'm out of here, and until the next video, I can't wait to see you then. Bye guys.